Hello and welcome to a Monster Mechanics mini episode where we're going to be talking about missed opportunities for anthropomorphic animals.
Alrighty, so we've taken a look at the wiki list of anthropomorphic animals, and we've noticed a bit of a trend.
Yeah, some animals get a lot more play than others. For example, I think it's like 50% cat people. Which,
there are a lot of them.
No shade. I mean, cat people are cool, but like even in like official races, aren't there like multiple different kinds of cat people? And then, but like I swear to God, I'm just looking around and half of them are some flavor of cat people. And after that, there's dog.
Everybody's got their special flavor of cat that they want to be.
I'm really shocked, honestly. I thought that dog people would be more represented because there's so many different kinds of breeds of dogs. You know, I would have thought there would have been Basset people and Labrador people and Corgi people.
I want to see pug people.
Yes, that would be cool. And some of the other stuff that gets represented a lot looks like we've got a couple of different kinds of rabbit people, at least 3 different kinds of squirrel people, which are all good. But like, and there's, you know,
plenty of wolf folk.
Yeah, plenty of different kinds of wolf folk because wolves are cool. That's everybody's first persona, right? Is a wolf.
Sure. Yeah.
Obviously, I'm wrong. I would have said wolf. Everybody obviously says cat, according to this thing. If we can use this one wiki article as a representative sampling.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of like catch-all races.
Sure.
Yeah, they've got the anthromoles which are just like the writer's literally saying, oh, so you want to be a furry? Here you can just choose this race and you can be anything you want.
Yeah.
But there's some missed opportunities there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, for sure. Like, why isn't there there is a kangaroo race. Okay. I was going to say, why isn't there a kangaroo race? But there is one.
There is. Yeah.
And like, I always really liked the GIF from good old Spelljammer days, which are just they're big hippo guys.
Yeah, but you're a huge fan of anything Spelljammer related, so that's hardly fair.
That's true. That's very low hanging fruit for me. I will always go for the Spelljammer bullshit.
I'm honestly surprised there aren't any more like Knoll derivatives listed.
That is a shame. I picked hyenas as my favorite animal in like 2nd grade, and I am ride or die on hyenas. So the fact that there isn't a lot more hyena representation is very upsetting to me.
I was pleased to see otter folk listed. So.
Otter, yeah, they're real adorable. There's a surprisingly lack of bird folk too. Like in fact, this list doesn't have it does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have Tengu on this list. They must be somewhere else.
Don't they have avian listed as a race?
They do have avian, yeah.
And I saw owl folk somewhere else.
Yeah.
So there's a few.
There's a couple
variations.
of them. Yeah. Not.
I didn't see the Aarakocra or however that's pronounced.
Arakoa. Yeah. So I wonder if this list was put together by like somebody who's just a cat furry, like a fan.
Very well, very possibly. I mean, it's always hard to tell with like these public facing wikis.
Yeah. Where just anybody can come in and rule the roost. Yeah. When we were talking about this before, you mentioned pangolins. Pangolins are fantastic. That should totally be a playable race where you've got armored scales and no teeth because you've just got a long tongue where you eat ants. And they've got big old claws. They already walk bipedally too. They're fantastic.
Curl into an armored shell as a bonus action.
Exactly. Like the pangolin, like when all the other animals came through and grabbed all of the cool toys out of the bag of evolution, the pangolin went through at the end and just swept all of the like leftovers into a bag and carried it off.
And where's my option to play as a street shark?
That would be jawsome. There is a distinct lack of aquatic races here. Man, a mantis shrimp would be a fantastic playable character race where you've got they'd be really good monks, right? Because you can their unarmed attack would have to do extra damage, right?
Yeah.
And they'd be able to see extra colors, which has got to be good for perception checks, right?
I feel like if you're playing a mantis shrimp person, you by definition have to take the mantis fighting style.
Exactly. What's some other good options?
I see they have a spider folk. What about a octopus folk?
Cephalopods in general would be really cool. Squid folk would be fun.
Just make a clam folk, and they're just hurl their stomach outside of their shell to drag themselves along.
And I think this list is suspect because they do put Sasquatch on here. And I don't think that's technically an anthropomorphized race. I think that's just a furry dude. Like, that's not even a furry dude. That's just a hairy dude.
There's just one hirsute man who just ended up on the wrong list.
Well, we got to save that content for 2 episodes down the line when we talk about actual Bigfoots.
Alrighty.
What's a Mobian? Oh,
what's this now?
It's Sonic the Hedgehog. It's the Sonic the Hedgehog characters. Literally, it's just Sonic fan art on the front, on the like main picture. Man.
They also have some of the more bog standard monster races, like minotaurs listed under the anthropomorphic animals.
Yeah, and they also don't list gnolls or flins at all. This is obviously not a comprehensive list.
Yeah.
Elephant people are good. I like the idea of, if you're going to do any kind of system like this, really embrace the change of scale. Like, where squirrel folk would be quite small and mouse folk would even be smaller than that. And then like elephant folk would be huge.
Yeah. Kind of get get some moss flower going on or Redwall series.
Yeah. These things are always more interesting to me when they have less humanity in them. The more animalistic they are and sort of the more of those traits you pull in. Like
kind of going off on a tangent on that. Like there's a game I think called Mouse Guard that always kind of interested me.
Mouse Guard's cool. I have a whole collection of rodent-based RPG systems that we could play it. Every time I see one, I end up buying them. There's Mouse Guard. There's the Ward.
I know what you mean when you say rodent-based, but like when you also say things like dice-based. So I'm picturing like instead of dice, you just roll rodents or something.
I'm not sure how you could make that work, but it would be interesting. Okay, so the GM has a mouse and
hand me 3D rats.
I was thinking maybe you could make them race, and whoever wins determines the outcome, or maybe it's about how quickly they get out of a maze. That's a hard sell. I'm sure you could make it work, but it doesn't immediately come to mind about what it would be. Yeah, they don't list turtles either here. Turtles are great. Tortoise people are great because I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is still deeply ingrained within my spinal cord, and I like it. A turtle man shows up, and all of my vertebrae light up like a pinball machine.
Yes. Let's get that ninja based walking tank.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we've riffed on this long enough and given enough crap to the furry people out there who want to be cats.
Anyway, tell us what your favorite missed opportunity for an anthropomorphic creature would be. Go ahead and let us know what you want.
You guys can join us next week where we're going to be talking about phoenixes or phoenixes. Phoenicians. No, Phoenicians are people. Fiery birds. We're going to be talking about fiery birds.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Monster Mechanics. You can find links and show notes at our website, monsterpod.org. Or if you'd like to support us, head on over to patreon.com/monsterpod. We can be found on Twitter at monstermpod, or you can email us at monstermechanicspodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your feedback. Monster Mechanics is produced and edited by Scott Paladin. This episode was hosted by Scott Paladin and Zach Jaquays. All of the ideas produced during this podcast are released under a do what the fuck you want public license.